Hey everybody, Jim Flies 2 here, and I just thought I would do something kind of fun on a Saturday night. I've got no gig, but I just got back from a gig. I had a big band gig outside in the beautiful Wisconsin fall weather, outdoor. It was kind of chilly. Fortunately, we had plexiglass, 1 hour long, and it was really fun. Ellington, Basie, all that kind of stuff, and I got the most genuine, warm hug and thanks from the bass trombone player. He came up to me and he's like, "Man, I love you. I love your playing." He said, "I never have to worry about where the time is. You just lay it down and swing this band so hard. You're perfect. You sound great. Awesome. Awesome job." And I just was like, how kind is that? That's really, really nice. That's really kind. And I appreciate that so much, especially coming from one of Wisconsin's prosecuting attorneys. Well, maybe he's looking for a discount on his work, but I don't think so. And I certainly don't hope to be in any kind of trouble where I need a break from a prosecuting attorney. Okay, but I thought what I would do just for fun, because I've posted a lot of videos, and over the last years, it's increased quite a bit. I try to do one drum video a week, but I often don't make that, and so sometimes there's lag time, depending how busy I am with live gigs and such like that. But I decided I would look back on some of my old videos and see where they are. And I have one video that I did with many different drummers interpreting how they would play Africa instead of Jeff Porcaro or Porcaro, however you want to say it, because I know there'll be a comment coming about that. It's Porcaro. I knew him. My sister went to school with him, and it's Porcaro. It's not Porcaro. All right. Actually, now that we're saying that, is it Appice or Appice? It's Carmine Appice, because that's what he says, and it's Vinny Appice, because that's what he says. Now, interesting, my last name, Huwe, is actually pronounced Huvi. And if you really wanted to get sophisticated, the real German pronunciation would be Huva. But, regionality in the United States and family tradition and attention to the old former ways and homeland from the 1860s are something that plays into it. Half of my relatives pronounce the last name Huey, and half of them pronounce it Hoovy. And I grew up in the generation and that family that was, I guess, more attention to the German and kind of said, we're going to stay with Hoovy. So however you want to pronounce it, it's fine with me. Either one works. You say tomato, I say tomato. Tomato, tomato. Potato, potato. Let's call the whole thing off. All right. So anyway, I was looking through one of my old drum videos I did a couple years ago on the what would happen if they played Rosanna. And I've got like over 2,000 comments on it. And initially I was responding or trying to respond to everyone, and it just got exhausting. Every day I was getting dozens of comments in, and it just got to be too much. And so I think I just kind of ignored it, but I also don't think I really understood how you respond on certain things. I don't know. I'm still learning about YouTube, frankly, and I've been doing this since I think 2011 or 10. 2010, I think. Anyway, and most of it wasn't drum related at the beginning, although there was a couple. Yeah, it started with a drum video where I was demonstrating the the Lido shuffle, and just kind of demonstrating the mechanics. But anyway, the video of Africa and what if they had played Africa instead of Jeff has gotten like over 620,000 views, and a lot of generous and great compliments. I mean, people have been spot on, man. Oh yeah, that's just, I love it. I couldn't stop laughing. I mean, mostly it's that, right? Out of the 2,000 plus comments, it's mostly that. But every once in a while, you get these people with zero sense of humor, and it's a sad life, I guess. I think this world we're living in right now really lacks a sense of humor, and it really lacks any ability to find humor in that. YouTube chose to use for the thumbnail the panel that said Lars Ulrich. That wasn't my intention to specifically like say Lars, but maybe that's why it's got 620,000 views in like 2 years. Maybe it's coming up on 3. I'd have to check. Anyway, most of the comments I'm going to read from are from 2 years ago, or it says 2 years ago. It might be closer to 3. But on a Saturday night, put on some popcorn, grab yourself a glass of wine. Mine is Cabernet Sauvignon from the Black Box at your local grocer. And let's have a little Saturday night fun, shall we? Han Drum Solo, H-A-N Drum Solo. I guess that's a takeoff on Han Solo. I can appreciate that. I have a sense of humor. He says, so Bonham would have just played rock and roll, and Lars would have played the double bass part from one, even though both sounded terrible over this song. Say what you will about Lars. He isn't just some mindless thrasher who just ignores the song, and Bonham would have a far more sophisticated take than that. Maybe they would have. Take it seriously, my friend. You know, I want to say this up front. Lars is a good drummer. A lot of people are harsh on him, and there's a lot of drummers that are way tighter. I get it, but he's a dang good drummer. Wait, what? Lars using a ride? Lars is a jazz drummer, people. Come on, you know that, don't you? If you haven't looked into his history, you don't know Metallica. Like I know it. And another guy says, this is hilarious. David Page would have shut down any of these examples so fast. Plus, I believe they would have probably come up with something more close to what Jeff came up with, due to the fact that they are all amazing drummers and would understand the damage that can be done by playing too many notes. Also, they would have amazing insight to what should be played due to the feeling of the song. Okay. I cracked at Lars missing the beat, the bit. I think he means beat. So a lot of people say, so Copeland would have been the best alternative in Toto. Interesting. Copeland, best of all time. Stop. Charlie Watts would have been a funny one. Yeah, I think that would have been pretty funny. Somebody says, this is great. Vinny Colaiuta was great. Love Baby Dolls and Carlos Vega clips. And the Buddy Rich bus rant was hilarious. If you ever do something like this again, I'd love to see you take on Missing Persons era. Terry Bozzio. I love Terry. Yeah, that would be good. The only thing wrong with this in this video is that the snare for Lars, sounded okay. Here's one. Bonham 1 was sound good. John Bonham 1 sounded good. Would have liked Bernard Purdie's take. Yeah. Okay. So you get the picture. You know, pretty much everybody's saying this was funny. You know, you got a lot of talent. Things like that. Which you weren't hitting the snare hard enough for the Lars impression. Also would have to do that weird little mouth movement thing he does when he plays. Yeah, I know. When he talks, too. I noticed that. Like, he's always chewing. I don't know. He must have a special wife to really... John Bonham sounded like Travis Barker. You know what? I've never listened to Travis Barker. I should, because I believe that it's important to know all drummers from all genres. I think I did actually see just a little bit of Travis, but anyway. Somebody said Buddy Rich was the best. A lot of comments like, you gave Lars too much credit. I don't know. I mean, Dave Weckl, I was crying. You have great chops, bro. Lars Ulrich doesn't own a ride. How do people not get this? Lighten up, bro. No, he was a jazz drummer. Lars was a jazz drummer first. His sister emailed me. Did we talk about humor yet? Just playing all the cliches of famous drummers over a track without considering the geniuses criteria. You're playing against that song. None of them would have. And that was from La Musicade Go-Go. And he got a response. It's from drummer B712. Agree 100%. So I guess I should have taken myself more seriously. Cool vid, but no way Bonham would play the song like that, bro. He's got one of those faces that's like, bro. How do you know how Bonham would have played it? Jason emailed me and said that's exactly how his dad would have played it. Okay, it's exactly how John Bonham would have played it. Very nice. I didn't know how much this song slows down during the chorus. I know the timing isn't very good, but here's the deal. I put it in the notes for all the people that didn't read it. I did it just for fun, and it was so spontaneous that I just started thinking one night, and I was in one of those moments that I couldn't stop, and I thought, well, what if Baby Dodds did it? What if Buddy Rich did it? What if Tony Williams would have done it? What would it sound like if Weckl I started playing it, and I didn't rehearse it at all. Like, I just went with it. And the way I recorded it, I didn't have any kind of click. And if you know that song, you got do 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 down. But there's no time reference. So yeah, it was hard. And is my time off on it? Yes, it's off on it. But that's what makes it funny, mostly. I didn't intentionally do that, but it inadvertently actually makes it funnier. Because I thought about when I listened to it, you think I didn't notice that? And I thought, oh, geez, I should correct it. But it was the spontaneity was there. It was too good. And I'm like, no, I'm keeping this. It's just got to go out. This is going to get a lot of views. And I had no idea it would get like over 500,000 views, but it certainly has. But anyway, I did note that. And then part of it too is it's not that my time is that off. It's I was actually playing against the time, like, sort of like Vinny and Dave Weckl do. They kind of play hemiolas, so it goes against the bar or goes over the bar. So it sounds like they're playing out of time sometimes, but they're actually not. So is it a great performance on my part? No, but the humor is the key. The intention is to kind of get the vibe of what those guys would do. But I don't need to justify myself. I'm a humorous person, and I like making people happy. That's why I play drums. Yeah, you heard that right. Jeff May of, that's an English, that's a slang. You must be from northern Wisconsin. Jeff May have wrote the parts for Africa, but no one word, with K-N-O-W, no one interpreted them like Simon Phillips. Yeah, that's true. Simon's great. The Stuart Copeland was probably the closest legit alternate group for Africa. Yeah, okay. Like them all, but Lars Ulrich, where are all the unnecessary fills? I don't know. I don't study Lars. I mean, yeah, I've certainly heard plenty of references. And I've had a couple people say, dude, you look like Dave, not Dave. I was going to say Dave Mustaine. James Hetfield. I went into an audiologist like 13 years ago. And she said, what's your name? I said, James. And last initial is H. And she goes, James Hetfield. And then I went to my barber. And he came in and he was kind of eyeballing me. And then I sat down in the chair and we started talking music, and he was like, interesting. And then it was revealed who I am, and I said, yeah, my name is James. My initials are JH. Yeah, what's up? And he goes, oh, he said, man, he said, I actually trimmed James Hetfield's beard when he was in here to do a show at the Alliant Energy Center a couple years ago. I thought, oh, that's funny. Because I was wearing like a Zildjian shirt, it was like a music shirt or something. Maybe it was a Yamaha. I don't know. But okay. Well, let's see. Africa versus Fade to Black, LOL. I'm freaking busting out loud. Okay. I gotta get to. Come on, let's find the mean ones. Great performance and loved it. I know there are just too many famous drummers out there, but would have loved to heard your take on Virgil Donati or Mike Portnoy. I'm only human, man. Those guys are incredible. Okay, now Ginger Baker. Oh, that would be hilarious. Flat Toms and a cigarette and then swatting at somebody and say, I'll put you in hospital. Did you see that video? That was funny. Wait, no Pete Best? That would have been good. The Atomic Beat. Oh, here's one. D Drummer, 1821. Why don't you look him up? D Drummer, 1821. Nope, he says. Okay. Missed Keith Moon. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Wish you would have done Keith. I may do a second one, but I just don't think it's going to have the traction. Bill Bruford. A lot of requests for Bill Bruford. Messily. It says Messily or Messy. Pure Mercury. Pure Mercury says Messily. I think he just means it was messy. Fine. You know what? There's a lot of really good and famous drum tracks that are messy, and some that the time isn't all that good. I could talk about Carl Palmer. Have you ever listened to "The Heat of the Moment" by Asia and some of their other songs? He wasn't the pocket drummer, but he's an incredible drummer. He was no pocket, no way. And Stewart, yeah, he definitely played on top of the beat. Buddy Rich. Do you have perfect time? I don't think so. The best drummer in the world, but right, Yeah, nice showcase of style. Someone says. Someone says this is Grace. Hey Lars, that's a tasty lick. No one ever. Oh, don't beat on him so much. That's funny. I was listening to Disposable Heroes on my way home, and he sure went off on that, of course, in addition to many other songs. Okay. Okay, in the first 5 hours. Okay, so this guy is coming to the defense of Lars. His name is Squall, is in Squall Line, like a storm coming. Squall 6575. Some salty people in here. Lars has never been the most gifted drummer, but his drum lines in the first 5 or so albums are iconic. There's a reason non-drummers know him, and you're not favorite drummer. And not your favorite drummer. There's a reason non-drummers know him, and not your favorite drummer. I'm not sure I understand the language there. Well, there's a band you don't see covered very often, and yes, David Foster was in this one, and 3 others on the album, and he, like Lukather, collaborated on "Talk to You Later." Yeah, the Tubes, right? One of my favorite albums in '81 was "A Good Summer Indeed." Well, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the completion backward principle. You think I'm an idiot? Completion backward principle. Yeah, Prairie Prince on drums and Steve Lukather on lead guitar on "Talk to You Later." Probably rhythm guitar too. Yeah, great album. I love that too. I remember hearing that in the summer of '81 and '2. That was we could be the last two on earth to start a new world. Just you and me, girl. Terrible Lars impression. Okay. Peter Chris, hilarious. Carlos Vega, great. Copeland, adequate. OMG, the ending. Ha ha ha. Thank you for noticing my humor. Okay. This is funny. This is funny. A lot of times what I do is I send people a heart and a comment oh, here, let me do it. Let me do it. This one's Drok, DROK 7619. Sure, that's why this guy is nobody and Lars is in the biggest band of the century. I'm sorry I crushed your spirit, my friend. I gave him a heart, and let's see, what should I write? I'm crushed. I'm crushed. Your sensitivity is just so hurtful. Sad. I'm so sad. I'm not going to bust anybody's balls for real because I don't care. It's a joke, but it's kind of funny. But I don't really understand all the hate for Lars. He co-created and co-wrote songs for the greatest metal band in history. Album and ticket sales make this undebatable. Love him or hate him, he is one of the most successful drummers on the planet. Okay, I'm going to give you a heart. He is. Greatest metal band in history. Somebody says back to him, says, you have to check your metal. The only undebatable thing is that he made a lot of money and popularized the sound. But now they're neither metal or musically great. All right. Well, let's see. And it's funny how people will pick up on this and then just start arguing amongst themselves. All right. Let's come on. Give me some crap here. Ringo just being Ringo. Oh, there was one a little bit. One comment said, I love the way you did Ringo. You had the Ringo swipe in there. And somebody replies, like, Ringo didn't swipe like that. He played a figure eight. Man. Okay. This makes me want to put all my drums away for a while. I'm going to take that as a compliment. I'm going to put a thank you, TY. This is awesome. Thanks, my man. Ringo just being Ringo. Yeah. Lars is not accurate, and he never used a ride cymbal. He will never use a ride cymbal. Lars is a jazz player at heart. Okay? Just saying. This one is pretty cool, bruh. All right. Yeah. Cool idea. Would have been more fun if it was on time. Jim Flies too. Buddy, take a look in the mirror. You're looking in the mirror. You're looking at your phone while it's recording. It was a cool idea, but it would have been more fun if it was in time. What do I give him? So sorry. Sniff. So sorry. It's funny because I got some responses. Like I was answering some of these like the last couple days, and people responded. It's like, dude, that was 2 years ago, but it's still looked at it and still love it. It's great. The Steve Gadd is so signature. Thank you. I appreciate that. And the other one is John Bonham. I mean, the deity, right? Talk about Therapeutic moralistic deism as a religion of the day. They got Bonham on such a high pedestal that it's ridiculous. Now, was he a huge influence on me? Absolutely. For rock? Absolutely. I love Bonham. It says the John Bonham one was a letdown. It says it's got a sad face. Yeah, okay. I'll give you a heart, bro. You know, I'm sure I crushed your world. I've spat on your deity. I loved Bonham. There's no one like him, and he was great. But he's not my God. Um, this has me convinced that the Africa could be a police song. The Copeland Groove was spot on. Somebody else totally agree. Every song in the world should be a police song. Sting's voice would be interesting on this song. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody else says. When Imagine It, it feels like a cover that's already been done, and that's a good one at that. Okay. Come on, there's got to be some nasty ones. There's not. I mean, they're out there for sure, but they're not as many as the compliments. So I'm okay. I'm okay. I haven't been. It just doesn't hurt me. A lot of talk about him never using. I love this guy's got a crying smile. I love the epic fail in the Lars Ulrich part, just like in real life. I don't know. I mean, I know. Yeah, was I piling on? Yes, I was piling on. Should I have? Absolutely. But he would kick my butt every day and twice on Sunday, playing for Metallica. So, Lars, you rule, bro. But I laughed so much. Great. You really know the craft. Fantastic. Are you not hearing the music in your headphones? No, actually, no, I wasn't hearing the click track. Sorry, bro. What can I say? Spontaneity. You know, they say humor is truth in timing. And if it was perfect timing, it would have been funny. Oh, this one is good. This sounds like it came from somebody that works for the State Department. I liked the playing and the video overall, but it sounded like you were trying to play out of time. Can you explain? Thanks. His name was Kiss Conrad, Kiss and Conrad with a K, 2690. Kiss Conrad. I really can't. I really can't. I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. I really can't. Thank you. Thank you, though. My friend, are you all hanging with me? It's almost 30 minutes. This probably sucks. You're running. This is ridiculous. Come on. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. My friend Earl the Hammer Bennett, he once in a while he gets offended by somebody's comments and he'll point them out and call them out, and he's right. You know, this is a lot of times people even like listening to a video and say, "No, dude, you were playing that all wrong," and blah blah blah. And you look on there and they've got no videos. They've done no playing. They don't know how to play at all, and they certainly wouldn't have the guts to put anything out there that would withstand any critique. But yeah, there. You know what? There are nights that I don't play well, and there are many jazz greats that I listen to that I go, yeah, well, you know, Art Blakey rushed a lot, and Sonny Payne, yeah, a lot of bassy stuff. He slowed down a lot. So what? Okay, you're missing the beat into the. Were you missing the beat into the chorus on purpose? Some were spot on though. Somebody else then says that's VJD373. And then Casper Moll, KASPERMOLL 1311 says he's all over the place. Also on drummers who most definitely play in pocket. Was looking for the comment that called out the obvious here. Found it. One of those face things. I play the drums, so it's very obvious to me. I guess you do too, Casper Moll said back to him. You guys are just amazing. I love you. XO, how about XO? XOXOX. Hugs and kisses. This one, no, he's all over the place. Wait, what? I played out of time? Can't be. Really? Where's my razor? Oh, obviously a reference to self-harm. Okay, just a couple more. Oh, this is funny when people get technical. I'm curious about the lighting in the video. I have a dark gray small room that would be interested in to know what type of lighting was used here. Is this like a softbox? Any idea how to achieve this, or just what actually rig is from Jim Flies 2 himself? This would be super useful. Thanks. I mean, I appreciate that, but it's just overhead track lights, 3 of them, 3 little like pin spots coming down. Sometimes I dim them. Oh, here's a good one. I'm going to wrap this up, you guys. Highly doubt Bonham would have played like that, since Porcaro himself said he was influenced by Purdie and Bonham's shuffle. And another person says, I agree. I was expecting a fat halftime shuffle instead of this frenetic rock and roll beat that was played. Yet still very cool. All right, good. Thanks. He actually said Rosanna Shuffle was influenced by Purdie and Bonham. You know what? I put out there before that video came alive on the internet, like 12 years ago, 13 years ago. You can look, one of my first videos, 2011, 2010. Find it. It's how to play the Lido Shuffle. And I talk about Bonham in the halftime shuffle far long before I ever heard Porcaro speak on such a thing. So anyway, well, you get the idea. I know this video is for fun, but these demos were so out of time that it makes me ill. This guy have some proper chops, and it looks like he knows what he's doing. Has a lot of knowledge about drummers and stuff, but his groove is weak. Sorry. And my friend Randy Edward 1 replied to him. Oh, this is great, Randy. I love you, bro. You missed the whole point. Not meant to groove. Most impressionists would you couldn't possibly groove. Exactly, Randy. Randy's a good friend online. Randy, I'm so sorry I missed this. It's so late. You get it. And I know Randy's going to watch this. And then somebody addresses Randy in return, says, well, why not play like these drummers, but more locked in with the backing track? I knew someone will have a problem with opinion. It's just my point of view. These impressions were pretty accurate to drumming styles to each drummer. Unfortunately, can't say the same about accuracy with backing music. And then I said, Randy, I love you, man. You get it. Somebody else says, how wonderful. and scary too. Um, John Bonham sounds more like Dave Grohl. Yeah, I would have expected more like a levee break style riff from Bonham. Sorry, I didn't think of it. I mean, it did it so fast and so quickly, and I just threw it on. I went boom, boom, boom. That's it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little time and a glass of red wine. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday. There's a good one coming, and I think it's pretty in the pocket, my friends. Bye.